Good morning, dear students. In our last class, we discussed about crystals, crystallization. Then we came to know about hydrated salts and anhydrous substances. And after that, we have seen water of crystallization. Now, our today's topic is we'll discuss about three important topics: efflorescence, deliquescence, and hygroscopy. Now, first of all, efflorescence. What is it? It is a phenomenon. It is a phenomenon where a compound loses its water of crystallization on exposure to dry air is called efflorescence. So in this process, a compound loses its water of crystallization. Say for example, we have taken an example of washing soda, Na2CO3 plus dot 10H2O. So this is a compound which contains 10 molecules of water, which is water of crystallization as we know. Now when it is exposed to dry air, it will lose water of crystallization from this. Say for example, in this case, it has lost around 9 molecules of water. So such kind of substance, when on exposure to dry air, loses its water of crystallization is known as efflorescence, and the substances which shows this phenomenon are called efflorescent substances. Next we have got deliquescence. Deliquescence. In deliquescence, the definition tells us certain water-soluble substances, when exposed to the atmosphere at ordinary temperatures, absorb moisture from atmosphere, become moist, lose their crystalline form, and ultimately dissolve in the absorbed water, forming a saturated solution. Now, regarding deliquescence, they are water-soluble substances, and when we expose to atmosphere or air, it will absorb the moisture from the atmosphere. When it absorbs the moisture from the atmosphere, it loses crystalline form, and ultimately if the water dissolves all that substances, it becomes a saturated solution. Such a substance is called a deliquescent substance, and the phenomenon is called deliquescency or deliquescence. Example of such compounds are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium chloride, and one more common example is table salt, or we call common salt. So if you have observed in your practical life, in your day-to-day life, common salt, that is the salt that we take in food, if it is exposed to atmosphere, it turns into moist. That means it absorbs water from the moisture. It absorbs water from the moisture, and this is very common during a rainy season. During rainy season, if you keep the salt, it will absorb the moisture around it, and it will become wet, and for ultimately it can form a solution as well. Okay, the reason is that sodium chloride is a deliquescent substance, although pure sodium chloride is not, but the commercial version that we get in the market is a deliquescent substance. Now because the commercial version also contains the compounds like magnesium chloride, calcium chloride, which is a good deliquescent substance. That means it will help to absorb the moisture. Now next topic we have got hygroscopy. Hygroscopy means there are certain substances which absorbs moisture from the atmosphere when they are exposed to it, but not enough to form solutions. So hygroscopy are also substances which absorbs moisture from the atmosphere, but they don't form a solution. They only just absorb. Such substances are called hygroscopic substances, and the phenomenon is called hygroscopy. Now, example of hygroscopy are concentrated sulfuric acid, P2O5, phosphorus pentoxide, calcium oxide, and silica gel. I think most of you are heard about this term silica gel. We oftenly find this silica gel present in, say for example, if you buy a water bottle, Then inside it you'll find one white pouch which contains solid substance. That is actually a silica gel. Even you'll find when you buy a new school bags or shoes, they contains these small pouches of silica gel. The function for that is to absorb the moisture around it and to keep the things safe, not to make it wet. Okay. So these are the common examples of hygroscopic substances. So in this you need to know the definition and the examples of the these three phenomenon. Okay. Now after this you have got an assignment to solve. This first two is from the last previous topic where we have studied water of crystallization. So in this, what happens when crystals of hydrated copper sulfate are heated? Give a chemical equation for it. Give three examples of crystalline substance which does not contain water of crystallization, and give two examples of each of the substances that we just came to know. Thank you.